Hi, I hope your Advent season has begun well this year. I know ours did here at Second Baptist. We are decorated for the holidays. We had our lighting of our first candle this last Sunday, the candle of hope, and you'll see the banner hanging behind me. This is a time of the year that a lot of things are going on, and so I want to make a couple of announcements. First of all, the region of the American Baptist Churches of Nebraska put together a devotional. This is the second year that they have done this. And our very own Craig Erickson is featured in today's devotional reading. That has been attached to this video, and I hope that you will take time to read that as part of your Advent activities. And please, make sure you read all of the devotionals throughout this month. They're written by different people, different personalities, different perspectives, but it'll hopefully have you gain perspective on the season of Advent. Secondly, tonight at 6 o'clock at First Baptist, we'll be participating in an Advent service with the three American Baptist churches here in Lincoln. And these three churches, Belmont, First, and Second Baptist, we'll be meeting tonight at 6 o'clock at First Baptist Church, and you are encouraged to join us. Second of all, next week we'll be having our service here at 6 o'clock at Second Baptist Church, and it will be a carol sing. Now, the third thing is that we are having our all-church brunch this Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, our Christmas brunch that we have every year. And this year, our very own Richard Terrell will be presenting the message. We're definitely in the Advent season. A lot of things going on already. Our lives are already busy. And every year I vow that this is going to be the year that I relax a little bit, that I really reflect upon the Advent season and reflect upon the incarnation of God coming into the world. And it always seems that every year things come up, usually the planned things, all the different events and so on, but also some unplanned things occur during the holiday season. And oftentimes it's the unplanned things that are most memorable to us. Now we can plan out services and everything go off perfectly, activities, family activities, and everything go off perfectly. And those are the things that sort of drift off into oblivion and we sort of forget about. But it's those surprise things, those accidental things, those disasters that we tend to remember the most. One year on Christmas Eve, as we were heading to Tennessee, this is quite a few years ago, probably 20 years, I think it's over 20 years ago. I believe it was the year that the Y2K was all heavily anticipated. We were heading toward Tennessee, and we got to the outskirts of Nashville, and the lights on my van began to grow dim. And eventually the van stalled. We got towed to a parking lot of an auto parts store, and then we got a ride by the tow truck driver to a motel, and there we spent the night. Grace and me and our three children spent the night there in that crowded motel room. The next morning we got up, we went to, had a wonderful Christmas breakfast at Waffle House just next door. And then I got a ride over to the auto parts store where I was able to install a new alternator on my van. You know, those are the things that we remember, are the things that go wrong at Christmas. And, many stories have been written about things that go wrong at Christmas, at the holidays. Even this year, at the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, every year I will come home from the Christmas Eve service, and I will either we throw everything together and get in the van and drive off to Tennessee or to North Dakota or somewhere. Or the other option is for us to stay home at Christmas, which we have done a few times. And quite often in the course of the evening, I'll turn on the television and watch a little bit of the Christmas service at the Church of Nativity in Bethlehem. This year, that service isn't going to be happening. The reason, of course, is the war in Israel. And because Bethlehem is in the West Bank, it's considered to be it's Palestinian territory, and it's a dangerous place. And so they're not having the service this year. And so surprises happen all the time. Just as the shepherds were surprised in that field that night in outside of Bethlehem. At that time that happened, it was also a dangerous time, just as it is today. Except it wasn't the Palestinians who were the danger. It was the Roman armies. It was the person that we know as King Herod, whose Herodian palace looked down upon the fields where those shepherds tended their sheep outside of Bethlehem. They ruled with a heavy hand. They ruled with brutality over the people of Bethlehem. And so in that place where the angels who sang to the shepherds out in the field, and they sang peace on earth, goodwill toward men, doesn't seem to be a lot of peace in the world. There wasn't a lot of peace in the world at that time either. And yet, the peace that the angels spoke about was a peace that lives within us because of Christ. It's not an external peace. We can live in a war zone and still have internal peace because of the Christ who came and died for us, because of the God who loves us enough to send his Son. And so during this Advent season, I hope that you will find peace, that you will find hope, that you will find joy in your soul, that you will find the love of God living within you. May God bless you as you celebrate this Advent season. Amen.